Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday. Happy New Year, January 1, 2023, after 3 p.m. Eastern. The ego will not allow you to see the reality because it says, I am separate. The moment the tree thinks it's separate from the earth, it starts dying. The tree has to know that it exists only as an extension of the earth. Then it is nourished and fed by the earth. Only then is it at home. Osho. This world is filled with people who feel they've lost their way. Many are facing divorce, drowning in bills, cannot sleep, massively overweight, deeply depressed, eating dead food, deeply unhealthy. Perhaps they've lost a family member, their soulmate, or even their house, financial security, or worse, the hope for a better future. Life can get so intense at times that some people feel they have even lost their minds. When it comes down to it, we have all experienced some form of loss, yet whatever it is that we lose along this grand adventurous journey, no matter what it is, we must also realize that it is a precious gift, teaching us the sacred art of letting go. The ultimate truth here is that we cannot take anything with us when these bodies end. There are no cell phones, emails, bills, car payments, or bank accounts in heaven. The heaven is within us. There is just love. Pure, deep, eternal love. And an eternity of time to enjoy it. When these bodies have served their time on earth and are done here, we take nothing with us but our own life experiences, love, and consciousness. So our lives, experiences, love, and consciousness are the most precious items that we are carrying right now. So make them your number one priority over all your ego's needs, fears, wants, wishes, demands, and desires. We will find our lives suddenly become much easier, sweeter, and simpler to live. We all need some guiding light to show us where to go in life. This greatest light that we could ever discover is not the outer world, yet deep inside, at the very core of consciousness, the light of pure awareness. Now, if you look close enough, you'll see that it has a direct, consistent connection that is flowing to and from the actual God source itself. We could miss experiencing this amazing connection because we're paying more attention to our thoughts about it instead of the actual light of pure awareness. So simply place your attention only on pure awareness and nothing else. See what happens. Try it for the next few minutes and notice if something shifts and how spiritually connected you feel inside. Often the moment when we forget about our brilliant light of awareness, the mind instantly takes over and lends and tends to point itself towards its desires. It wants to achieve things, to be happy, successful, fulfilled, or heal negative experiences from the past, as it believes these are the main reasons why we are not happy today. Yet, these aren't the real reasons why we continue this habit of remaining caught in some emotional gutter. The real reason why we remain stuck in yesterday's old news is because we haven't learned how to create a solid, trusting connection with the God source, the source of absolute, deep, eternal love. We have forgotten that the God source is real, that it's instantly available, and it's here right now. Super easy to access. And the great golden secret, how we can all truly enjoy this precious life again. We cannot fail at anything. We cannot fail at anything in this life when we are feeling connected with this great, deeply eternal loving source within. When we are feeling our soul's natural connection with it, we relax and start asking ourselves deeper questions like, why am I really here? What's the most enlightening thing I can do with my time? What can I do to live out my life's mission? When we are feeling into our sweet, supportive spiritual connection, we instantly stop complaining. We let go of our demanding, abrasive ego, and we start appreciating what is. Awakening the God source within is quite simple and really boils down to giving up our resistance to our connection with it. As we investigate further inside ourselves, we can find places where we could start relaxing more about this life and opening our hearts to trusting in this life more and more and more. The God source is everywhere. There is no place or time that we can find to escape from it. The task then is all about letting go of our resistance to its great, unending love. Maybe some of you have seen bumper stickers, right? One in particular said, life is the school and love is the lesson. Life is the school, love is the lesson. When we open the heart to trusting in the energy of deep eternal love, we begin learning the most important lesson we are here to learn. How to fully embrace, accept, and appreciate who and what we really are. We were not born to just tolerate our lives. We are here to celebrate, love, and embrace everyone and everything in it. When we stop dwelling on how we were wronged, how messed up we are, or wounded, we are by our past. Wounded or wounded by our past, we create a space for love to come in. Then we can start using our creative energy to enjoy feeling how blessed we are. And amazing it is to be alive. The secret to awakening the great God source within begins with a sincere willingness to let in love. to trust love, to allow love in whenever given, and welcome the vibration of feeling lovable. This willingness is what allows us to stop defending and protecting ourselves from any possibility of future pain. We forget to be afraid of life, of people, of taking risks, or creating intimacy and getting hurt again. With just a little willingness to let in deep, eternal love, we begin feeling more open, vulnerable, and excited to allow even more amazing and abundant experiences into our lives. This willingness to let in love is a huge step. And with it, we will realize just how beautiful, childlike, and tremendously innocent we truly are. This life is the greatest school there is, and it's always going to be teaching us what we most need to know about ourselves. The experience of letting in love is founded in the feeling of trusting life, this life, right now. There is a part in us that wants to let in love and trust life more than anything, yet is also skeptical, doubtful, prideful, or may not believe we are lovable. We may have 1,000 reasons not to trust in life or love. It may feel more honest than we doubt ourselves, others, and continue to protect ourselves from trusting in anyone or anything. This is how the connection to the God source gets blocked. It can be quickly shifted, however. And this happens by simply relaxing your mind, your body, and being willing to trust, and how good it feels to trust again. Slowly, we will actually become more trusting, more open, honest, available, receptive, and eventually start feeling in our soul's direct connection to the God source once again. The singer exists only in singing. The walker exists only in walking. So is the ego exists only in clinging and possessing things, in dominating things. When there is no domination, no desire to dominate, no desire to cling, no desire to possess, the ego starts evaporating. So I invite everybody on this first day of the new year of 2023 to try a little experiment sometime this week. Consider that your grand soul purpose in this life is simply to trust in every experience you are having within. Trust in every feeling, every thought, every belief, emotion. Trust in your intuition and each situation you're part of. Trust so fully and deeply that everything inside of you relaxes completely. Watch how your mind and ego tend to resist trust at first. Yet, in time, they will slowly dissolve into it. When your trust is absolute on the inner world, it will overflow into everyone in your outer world. Trust in yourself first, in what is occurring within you is the right experience you're learning the most from. Making trust bigger than the actual thought, judgment, or life experience is the one of the quickest ways to find the God source within you. Right now, tell yourselves that it's possible to trust in yourself 100% this week. Imagine you are doing this and embracing the divine being you truly are. The simple energy of trusting in this life is the secret to opening the doorway to the deep, eternal, loving God source. It's really not a tough job if you consider the other possible techniques others are doing to try and reach God. So I invite you, I challenge you, and I dare you to fully explore this experience of deep trust. Relax fully into it and let it spread all throughout your life. Take on this trusting invitation first thing in the morning. Feel that it's extremely safe to let all your guards down today. Walk around with a receptive, trusting heart, welcoming in this life with a big smile. Just try it. Try it for 24 hours. See what manifests. Explore the sensations of being open, welcoming, and accepting with all beings, animals, plants, situations, experiences, and material things. Just take it, and if you need to, fake it until you make it, even if you need to. As we relax into this moment and become more open and available to this life, all our fears, phobias, pains from the past cannot be found anywhere. They are like shadows that disappear when the sunlight enters. All our hardness and all of our skepticism melts into this sea of this divine trusting energy. Do not underestimate the magnitude of this simple trusting practice. It is powerful enough to transform yourself and everyone in your world. There's another great discovery to instantly awaken your connection with the great God source within you. This is for those who find it absolutely impossible to let their guard down and trust anything at all. Now, the wonderful discovery is to enter the black hole of emptiness inside you and let it simply empty out yourself completely. Merge with the emptiness, and it will help you let go of everything. Just surrender everything inside you and be free from everything. Let go of your attachment to everything, thought and feeling you're having. Release your addictions, desires, compulsions, wishes, and beliefs into the empty unknown. Throw everything inside yourself into the emptiness until you are 100% empty. You won't be disappointed at what happens next. The next experience that manifests is this emptying out process. It is very liberating. when you are totally in your letting go, releasing it all into the emptiness, you will create a fresh space for something brand new to enter you. When every hard, cold neurosis is out of the way, the pendulum tends to swing back towards feeling nurtured and nourished by this life. The soft, warm, loving presence of your own soul steps in, and you feel as if this life is holding you so closely, warmly, and exquisitely. The emptiness suddenly becomes very full, and you feel as if you've become a newborn baby suckling on the great universal mother's breath. It feels good to know that the great sacred God source is here now, waiting patiently for all of us to empty ourselves out. This is one quick way to immediately reach into her. It's good to know that the magic of discovering the God source within happens in the simple, sweet presence of your own company. When you are truly alone, try out these techniques. Let yourself allow this awesome, indescribable God source pierce through your heart, soul, and consciousness. The pure God source energy is already penetrating you. You simply are not aware of it. The God source will never reject and never deny you. It is always ready for you to open, wanting to move into you, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that we can do to change this. We must always be aware, however, that the mind is always trying to make something happen. It will try to pave a straight, firm path towards what it thinks God is. Yet, it's this narrow mind habit which causes us to miss God every time. The universal God source is too vast, deep, and enormous for the mind to contain. The moment we empty our minds and let down our resistance to love, we discover how fun it is to bow down to the divine, you. It's in this moment that the God source flows into you. When you're the most surrendered, still, and in the most humble state of ecstasy. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Albert Einstein. The law of detachment means that in order to acquire anything in this physical universe, you have to relinquish your attachment to it. The law of detachment means that in order to acquire anything in this physical universe, you have to relinquish your attachment to it. This doesn't mean you give up your intention to create your desire. You don't give up the intention, and you don't give up the desire. You give up your attachment to the result. Deepak Chopra. Now, Buddha once said, Buddha means enlightened one, attachment leads to suffering. And what he meant by this was that whenever we become attached to a desire, belief, thought, feeling, or anything for that matter, we needlessly suffer. The suffering arises because attachment is an energy born out of fear, lack, and disconnection to our source. We tighten our grip on certain desires because deep down we believe we need to manifest them in order to feel safe, happy, secure, or loved. This overly tight grip on life simply means we are not feeling the natural condition and connection in our hearts to the great healing source and spirit within ourselves. As long as the mind continues to circulate in this vicious attachment dilemma, we can never truly relax and fully access this ever-expanding, all-loving spiritual source that radiates at our very core. Whenever happiness is determined by any thought, feeling, or external event, then we become a slave to it. When happiness is determined by any thought, feeling, or external event, then we become a slave to it. And the great egoic cycle of suffering begins. Expectations and disappointments are great examples of how attachment leads to suffering. If the big desire we have today or had today manifests or doesn't manifest, it then becomes the main leading cause of our happiness and unhappiness. The very instant we become attached to a thought, we end up forgetting about love, joy, freedom, and the endless possible things we can be thankful for. The grip onto any thought narrows and eventually blocks our energy, creativity, and vibration, so we cannot perceive any new ideas or options available. So perhaps you're asking, how can we be passionate about our desires in this life and yet approach them in a non-attached, easygoing way? The discovery is the middle path. If we are too attached or too unattached to our desires, they will not manifest. We must choose to hold the baby bird in our hands, not too tight, or we'll suffocate it, and not too loose, or it will fly away. The real secret is finding our natural connection to Source that is always coming from trust and is free from worry and fear. Our desires have this natural tendency to manifest faster than the speed of light when we are walking down the middle of this road. Attachment is a habit that we learned from society. We are suffering because we are gripping too tightly or too loosely onto our thoughts. The mind gets hooked into beliefs that say, I don't have the money, knowledge, power, energy, information, or understanding to manifest what I desire. Or the mind cannot hold long enough onto the idea, feeling that, quote, saying that you do have the money, knowledge, power, energy, information, or understanding to manifest what you desire. Whatever we believe is what we will create. And thus we manifest this amazing, effortless manifesting adventure, or a perpetual, daily struggle to survive. It's not about getting what you want. It's about wanting what you've got. Sheryl Crow. The Buddha always said the secret to enlightenment is finding the middle path. To find the middle path, we must look within ourselves, stepping out of the periphery and towards our total center. The real work we are here to do is not judge, right? And not just on the outer world, yet also the inner world. All our outer struggling is a pointer directing us back inside. Suffering is a great teacher, showing us where not to go and what not to do anymore. Pain is like a hot poker, directing us to back off and rest inside until we are finding the middle path. When we listen to our bodies, we can naturally find a way to loosen or tighten our grip on this life. And then this ultimate freedom simply finds us. It's quite magical how it all unfolds. The universe rewards us when we truly trust in it. If you want to see if you're too attached to a thought, just notice what's happening in your body. Whenever the mind becomes overly attached to any idea, a tension in the body forms. When we think that thought, whenever the mind becomes overly attached to any idea, a tension in the body forms when we think that thought. The more tension we have in our bodies, the less receptive we become to allowing that desired outcome into our lives. The mind tends to be a cling master and ultimate skeptic of this life. It hasn't learned how to trust life, and so we need to retrain it. Whenever the mind thinks this universal power is not real, permanent, and trustworthy, we need to remind it that it is. When we can stop clinging to thoughts, things, feelings, people, and memories, we will begin to trust this universe. This universe will provide all of our needs. We can stop working so hard. We can retire our illusions and take a rest from our daily worrying and fears. We can use our precious time appreciating and basking in the divine source that is already here now. Challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Joshua J. Marine. Now, I'd like to explore a powerful healing exercise right now. This is a great exercise. It can actually be a lot of fun to do it. You do it, and it will give you instant clarity on how to find your middle path. And here it is. Write down every belief that you think is causing your suffering. Take a closer look at what you are deeply attached to having, being, or doing. Find out what are the things, beliefs, judgments, and opinions that your mind is currently attached to. It may take a few weeks to completely unravel yourself, yet keep looking and continuously searching for what is the root cause of your suffering. Discover exactly what are you desiring that you think you will give, right? You think will give you complete freedom, love, abundance, or satisfaction. Research yourself deeply. Explore the truth of who and what you are. Find out what societal belief habits you've been programmed with. Make a list. Check it twice. Find out exactly where and when you've been naughty or nice. Upon deeper investigation into yourself, you'll discover the mind only becomes attached to certain thoughts that it feels are lacking from inside. Meaning, deep down inside the person who has 3 master's degrees and 2 PhDs is some attachment to the belief that they are stupid and unintelligent. If a person is a workaholic, always seeking to attain more money, it means deep down they feel a great fear of being poor. That person feels that they have to protect themselves from poverty by building up huge resources in their bank accounts. The more money a person needs to accumulate, the deeper the wounding is around feeling worthy, abundant, and secure inside. When we look deep, long, honest enough inside ourselves, we see that this pendulum swing is always the case. After we've got our list of thoughts that cause us suffering, and we still don't know how to transcend them, it's time to take a more spiritual role and route. Imagine what it feels like to be connected, resting, and in perfect union with the divine infinite source inside. Behind every negative belief is a positive one. And lurking beneath both of these beliefs is the secret to be free. When we find the middle path, these beliefs are the secret to absolutely being free. And then, when we actually do find the middle path in this life, we start appreciating everything again. When we can trust and naturally relax, we will start basking in the magical divine source that is already here now. Just remember, we are always connected to a source of infinite power and energy. There is an internal, external love source inside of us. And this is the only place that any of us can find true, everlasting security. Come to know and trust deep down that you have the God-given power to manifest the life of your dreams. It's vital to understand that the mind has been greatly misguided. It has been fed beliefs that simply are smaller truths. The greatest truth of all is the one that will liberate us on every level. It's the one that doesn't need to believe anything. It knows the feeling of real sustainable success cannot come from striving, reaching, and trying to attain a bigger and better outcome. Remember, most people in the Western world are wrapped up in this striving belief system. So watch out for this societal hypnotism. It's a mass manipulative belief dis-ease going around. The desiring dis-ease is very prevalent out there. And believing what other normal people believe is the main reason why your mind continues to fall again and again and again back into the experience of suffering. If one advances confidently in the direction of their dreams and endeavors to live the life which they have imagined, they will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. Henry David Thoreau. Releasing attachment, right? There's an exercise to release attachment. It works absolutely wonderfully well. If you're ready to liberate your mind from your list of attachments that you put down, right? I invite you to do this little exercise. Do it before you go to bed tonight. And read through it in your mind when you wake up tomorrow morning. Imagine in your right hand is a deflated orange balloon, which is attached to a string. Put the string in your left hand and start blowing all your attachments, problems, issues, and worries into this huge balloon. You have a magical breath that can breathe the thing or thought you are attached to right out of your body. The more attachments you put in, the bigger the balloon becomes. When you have emptied yourself completely, the balloon automatically closes its valve and you let go of the string. It begins to float straight up into the sky. Watch it move far away from your life. Notice if there are areas in your body where you feel a release from the attachments. In these places, imagine breathing in a warm, golden, healing light. Feel the sense of belief and lightness in your body. Now that you are free from all attachments, worries, and concerns right now. Take several minutes after you have done this exercise to allow this lighter feeling to reach every cell of your body. Relax into your body and into the spiritual being you truly are. Know that you are infinite, eternal, and will never die. Be aware of this freeing, eternal feeling throughout your day, and you'll soon begin to experience a tremendous shift in your ability to effortlessly manifest the life you desire. If you're still looking for that one person who will change your life, take a look in the mirror. If you're still looking for that one person who will change your life, take a look in the mirror. Every great accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision. Florence Scovel Shinn. Every great accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision. The most powerful ways to increase abundance in our lives is learning how to train our minds to focus in one continuous direction for an extended period of time. This is one of the great hidden discoveries to manifestation. The most powerful ways to increase abundance in our lives is learning how to train our minds to focus in one continuous direction for an extended period of time. This is one of the great hidden discoveries to manifestation. Once the mind can focus, it will listen and obey our every command. It's about creating a new relationship with yourself, where you honor the power within you and accept that you can create anything you desire. Mastering the mind is the golden key to magnetizing anything you want to have, do, or experience in this lifetime. Perhaps one of the most effective ways to train our mind is for using a manifesting mantra. It's a statement. It's a grouping of words. This is a very sacred word or positive, empowering statement that when repeated within yourself gives you an elated, expansive feeling. The mantra affirms that which you want to experience in this world as if it's happening to you now in the present moment. You're literally confirming the reality you want by stating it to be a fact and feeling as if it is so. The power behind this practice is enormous and will clarify the vision of what you want to create. The manifesting mantra acts like a tether holding you tight to the ideal experience you're aiming towards. Its message is strengthening your energy every time you repeat it, enhancing the positive emotions and mental state around your desired outcome. As you repeat the mantra, the mind will naturally dive deeper inside, exploring the positive, joyous feelings that arise with that thought, the insights it brings you, and the energy and consciousness it expands within you come with you into your daily life and attract that which you want to manifest into your life. Feeling, let's say, you can pick anything. Let's just, the general is feeling financially free is an experience we can all identify with and feel challenged by. To discover the right manifesting mantra that is catered to your specific body and mind, you'll want to find out exactly where you are specifically struggling with money in your life. Where do you feel financially inadequate, impoverished, or not at peace with money? And I've listened to a lot of people eviscerate money. I mean, just absolutely destroy it with the actual mantras that they say that they don't know they're saying, right? What is the biggest one that you've heard? What is it what people say? Money is the root of all evil. And that is complete crap because we've been programmed by this societal structure on this planet. To discover the right manifesting mantra that is catered to your specific body and mind, you'll want to find out exactly where you are specifically struggling with money in your life. Where do you feel financially inadequate, impoverished, or not at peace with money? Make a list of all the complaints, negative beliefs, and challenging feelings you have about money. You already have a relationship with money. Just get clear on what it is. This powerful exercise will help you see where are you really wanting things to change in your relationship with money. And I know that sounds funny to people, some people. And, some people say, how the heck can you have a relationship with money? Okay? They're looking at it literally, the paper that you're looking at, right? Next, take the top 3 to 5 most negative, energetically charged statements from your list. Make a positive opposite statements, right? Make positive opposite statements out of each of them. For example, okay, if you wrote down, I never have enough money at the end of the month, right? A lot of people say that. I never have enough money at the end of the month. This would turn into, I always have plenty of money at the end of the month. Okay? Now, see, people have an interesting fight with this because their ego mind, right, the mind's telling them that they don't. They won't at the end of the month. Now, the positivity and the mantra that reinforces the opposite of that, the opposite is I always have plenty of money at the end of the month. Whatever your negative message is, there is going to be a positive polarity to it. Always. Find out what this is. Write it down on a beautiful sheet of paper or someplace. You'll see it daily. You might put it on the ceiling, right? Print it big enough, you'll see it. Repeat these 3 to 5 positive messages all day long with feeling and deep reverence. You know, some people just blather it off. Say it with deep feeling and deep reverence. You'll find that in the first day, you probably won't feel the positive manifesting mantra is true. And seem like you're faking it, trying to believe something you really don't. This is the first workout in expanding and heightening our energy. We tend to remain stuck in old energies. You know, like you do your resolutions, right? If you do them. Those are like mantras, okay? And all the resolutions that you put on yourself, that you're going, the habits you're going to change, what you're going to do different, new. It's pretty normal. How many of us actually feel, right, deeply and with reverence when we say those things? Not many. So we tend to remain stuck in old energies and attitudes unless we take massive, intense action in another direction. Our minds have been programmed for perhaps a very, very, very long time with these negative statements. So we will need to really dig inside to move these old mountains. It's going to take everything you've got inside you to shift your entire belief system to the positive side of things. Yet the rewards will be well worth it. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is. Infinite. William Blake. Now, there are a few techniques to make the shift happen easier and faster. Everybody's interested in easier and faster. I recommend reprogramming your brain before going to bed, listening to your manifesting money mantra, or plural. A relaxed mind is a receptive mind. The affirmations will seep in far deeper than during the day. Consistency is also a huge factor. The more frequently we flood our subconscious minds with these positive thoughts of abundance, the more often the brain is washed clean of the negative beliefs, and the easier it becomes to clearly see the huge financial opportunity that may be right in front of our eyes. We are often blind to our own wealth, on our inner worlds and outer. Repeating manifesting money mantras upon the gateway open the gateway for feeling thankful for what we do have, as well as making room for more to enter. The key is to being open to receiving. A lot of people aren't. You ever, maybe yourself, you ever been given a gift, right? And man, oh man, it's like that person is pulling teeth for you to openly and lovingly accept that gift. You have come up with, the mind comes up with all kinds of things that you're undeserving, that you're embarrassed, that you feel guilty, that you feel undeserving. These are all mantras, right? What are the opposite of those? That's all you do. You switch them. And you're aware of it. You have the awareness to switch them. So we become thankful for what we do have, as well as make room for more to enter. And the key is to being open to receiving, allowing it to happen. Manifesting is really simple at the core. It's only the mind that makes things complicated, right? We know that. The richest person in the world may not be the one with billions in the bank, terrified of losing it all every day. And that's the majority of the time. That's what people do. They worry incessantly every day of losing it, right? Oh, the most abundant person is the one who rarely thinks about how much money he or she has and never ever feels like there's not enough. They are constantly grateful all day long for what they do have. Financial freedom is all a state of mind. Yet, I have found that the actual physical manifestation of money miraculously shows up when we improve our communication with this universe. It's really about connection. And when we connect with this universe in an abundant way, we receive abundance in return. Yes, this universe is trying to gift us everything we could possibly imagine or ever want, wish, or desire. It's our job to open up and receive it. It really is. It's our job to open up and receive it. Believe it or not, this universe wants you to have it all. And once you let go of resisting the abundance, the money gates will open up and more abundance will start flowing in. Now, you can write these down, or you can put them in your mind and begin to reprogram it before we go into silent time in this guided meditation. I am a powerful, abundant being with plenty of money. I have plenty of money and feel financially secure and at ease. I joyfully receive plenty of money for the services I provide. I always have enough money to do anything I desire. I am always guided towards decisions that make my life richer. The money I spend returns to me 10 times the amount. I am becoming more and more financially free every day in every way. I have a great relationship with money. Money is my friend. I am so grateful for the money that I do have. Everybody is supporting me in creating financial abundance. Abundance is my natural state of being. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy, slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. Where in your life are you an unconscious doing machine? Right? Where in your life are you an unconscious doing machine? If so, then where are you a conscious being? Where in your life are you an unconscious doing machine? If so, then where are you a conscious being? Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, the following morning. We will return here Monday, January 2nd, 2023. 3 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Be very good to yourself. Use these mantras religiously, consistently. Watch what happens.